Alright, this is Jonesy from Bigboysbushcraft, back again with another video. Got our budget bushcraft knife here, made from a steel file. Now, one thing I want to throw in there is some of the newer files. You can't buy these from the store because they're case hardened. If you buy the newer ones, they're usually case hardened, and that'll give you issues because just the outsides are hard and not the entire thing. So this one is from an older file. It's a old Smith's file. It was probably from 1940 or 50, so it's actually really good steel, and that's why I used it. So be careful, you can't just use any type of file. So the older the better, actually, with the files, because the older they are, usually the stronger they are. Be careful using furrier rasps. There's not a lot of carbon in the rasps that they use, so they will make a blade, but it won't be very high carbon. You may have to add carbon using a process like heating it up and blacksmithing it yourself, forging it yourself. So for the sheath, we're going to be using a piece of PVC. I think this is schedule 40. Yep, schedule 40. And by heating it up, from what I've heard, this will be the first time I'm doing this, so we're both learning at the same time. By heating it up and smashing it out, you can actually make a sheath for a knife, and that's what we're going to try to do here. Maybe we can make a belt loop on here. I don't know yet, so we'll see what happens as we go along. It's actually coming out alright so far. I was going to clamp this down, let it dry, let it cool off, and we'll see what happens when we get back. Alright, I'm going to try quenching this real quick and see what happens. It is very flat. That actually worked. You stiffened it right back up. So now I need to cut this so I can put the knife in there. I think I have to go right here. Sorry about the lack of excitement in some of my videos. Just trying to get these things done. So not what a coping saw is for, but the results that count, right? Alrighty, so that's that. Have to heat that up and flatten that out now. Well, it's got good retention. Can't get it out of there. It's working now. Gonna flatten out this back here. I'll wrap it around something. I can wrap it around 2 files. See it softening up right now. So, two files. Try to wrap it around. Flip it over. We'll see how that comes out when it's done. I wanted to show you how this is coming along here. A sheath for baconbit. Handle's coming along pretty well. Hanger for your putting on your belt. Open it up a little bit. Have to do some fitting. Pretty easy going as it's, you know, it's PVC and plastic. It's snowing in Florida. Just don't collect any of this stuff and put it in Ziploc baggies. Cops might get the wrong idea. But you can get these plastic PVC pipes in different sizes, different shapes, depending on what type of knife you're using. You can also get it in different colors. I know that they have black. I'm just using something that I had laying around here. I can always, you know, sand it down a little bit and throw some paint on it. Keep it white. Wrap it with some Duck Dynasty camouflage tape. I don't know, Could do almost anything. He's joking about that Duck Dynasty thing though. Let's see. This is Jonesy with Big Boys Bushcraft back again. I got the sheath and everything sort of sanded down. I don't have to get it perfect. If anything, those are gonna make nice little dark spots, maybe like a color behind the camouflage, you know what I mean? Might leave a nice pattern. So I'm gonna leave those on there. I'm a little bit too close to a bird's nest. He doesn't like me here, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I had a little bit of a hiccup there with the paint can. Decided to clog up on me. I hate it when it happens. That's good for the first coat. I'll come back and do the next few coats. Alright, this is Jonesy back from Big Boys Bushcraft here. Wanted to show you guys the update on the sheath we made together yesterday. This was a piece of PVC. It has Project baconbit in there. It fits fine. Hang it up on your belt loop. It'll work perfectly fine. Now again, it will eventually scratch and chip and things like that on there, but I did spend a little bit of time today. Ran a belt sander over the blade, brought it back a little bit to increase the angle because I didn't want it that steep. It wasn't really that good at cutting, and that's what I wanted. So I did spend about 15-20 more minutes on a belt sander, got it nice and smooth, ran it back through the work sharp, and it's coming out alright. Sort of put a little drop point on here because the end wasn't 100% on there, but it's coming along pretty good. But just wanted to show you, yeah, this is the scrap PVC sheath that we made yesterday. Fits the knife perfectly fine. Good retention, but it'll come back out. So I mean, that's what you need. And with this being a file, it's still gonna wear in the inside a little bit more, so it's gonna make it easier to put in and out. So, you know, by the end of using it 50-60 times, you might have to maybe put a piece of paracord or something around the top here just to keep it from jiggling out, because it might get loose because of it rubbing back and forth. But it's got a drain hole in the bottom, of course. It fits perfectly fine in there, and you throw it in your pack and now it's protected. Don't know what I'm doing for a handle yet on here, so I'll have to keep you apprised on that if you've got a few ideas. But yeah, like I said, as of right now, for a piece of PVC you might have laying around the house or see on the side of the road, you can heat it up. You can use a toaster oven to heat it up if you wanted. Just be careful. You want to probably do it outside because there are fumes that come off of this. You can use a torch, or you can use a heat gun like I used. Either way will pretty much work. You heat the whole thing up and just smash the whole thing down, but I did it step by step. Again, you know, it's a learning curve here, but it looks good. It'll work. It will scratch up. So if you're wanting to get something that won't scratch as well, get a piece of the black PVC. Usually it's like drainage line PVC, and that way if it scratches, it's just going to scratch to black anyway. And you know, you could just keep the whole thing black and away you go. I just went with all drab because that's what I had. Some tractor paint from Rural King. So it came out well. If you have any questions or anything, throw it in the comments. But yeah, that's how it turned out. I think it turned out really well for damn near almost free. So like I said, keep an open mind and a closed wallet. Thanks again from Bigboysbushcraft.